Have you ever pondered the deeper meaning of life and found yourself engulfed by a sense of existential dread? If so, you're not alone. Today, we embark on a journey into the fascinating world of existential philosophy, exploring the absurdity of human existence as portrayed in Jean-Paul Sartre's renowned novel, Nausea. Sartre, a prominent 20th century French philosopher and writer, delves into the depths of the human condition, dissecting the very essence of our existence. Nausea takes us on a thought-provoking exploration of the individual's struggle to find meaning and authenticity in a world that often seems devoid of purpose. In this video, we will examine Sartre's powerful critique of modern society, his poignant portrayal of the loss of meaning, and his profound insights into the quest for authenticity. We will unravel the concepts of nausea, the absurd, and the search for self amidst the chaotic landscape of existence. Join us as we embark on a philosophical odyssey, navigating through the labyrinthine corridors of Sartre's mind. Prepare to be challenged, inspired, and perhaps even find a glimmer of clarity amidst the chaos. Welcome to the exploration of the absurdity of human existence in Jean-Paul Sartre's Nausea. In Nausea, Jean-Paul Sartre presents a searing critique of modern society and its profound impact on the essence of human existence. Sartre's examination of the social landscape reveals a world that he believes has lost its way, leaving individuals adrift in a sea of conformity and inauthenticity. Central to Sartre's critique is the notion that modern society imposes a set of predefined roles and expectations upon individuals. He argues that these societal norms act as oppressive forces, stifling our freedom and limiting our ability to express our true selves. Sartre suggests that we often succumb to societal pressure, conforming to prescribed identities and adopting masks that mask our authentic nature. Moreover, Sartre identifies the rise of consumerism and materialism as corrosive elements in modern society. He posits that the relentless pursuit of wealth, possessions, and status breeds a superficiality that erodes the deeper meaning and purpose of our lives. In this context, individuals become reduced to mere objects, defined by their material worth rather than their inner richness. Sartre's critique extends to the alienating nature of modern existence. He argues that in our highly industrialized and bureaucratic society, we become detached from our essential selves and disconnected from meaningful human connections. The mechanization of everyday life and the fragmentation of our experiences leave us feeling estranged and isolated. Furthermore, Sartre highlights the influence of mass media and its role in shaping our perception of reality. He suggests that the constant bombardment of images, narratives, and ideals through various media channels molds our desires and aspirations, leading us away from our genuine desires and authentic selves. Through his critique of modern society, Sartre urges us to question the prevailing social structures and norms that limit our freedom and hinder our search for authenticity. He invites us to reclaim our individuality, to resist the pressures of conformity, and to challenge the dehumanizing aspects of our modern existence. In the face of Sartre's critique, we are compelled to reflect upon the ways in which our society shapes our identities, values, and pursuits. It prompts us to examine our own lives and consider whether we are living authentically or merely conforming to societal expectations. Sartre's critique of modern society serves as a call to action, inviting us to reclaim our agency, challenge the status quo, and strive for a more authentic and meaningful existence. In Nausea, Jean-Paul Sartre introduces the concept of nausea as a powerful metaphor for the existential condition and the absurdity of human existence. Nausea, in this context, refers to a profound feeling of existential unease, a deep-rooted disgust with the world and oneself. It is a visceral reaction to the realization that life lacks inherent meaning or purpose. The protagonist of the novel, Antoine Requentin, experiences nausea as he grapples with the absurdity of existence. He becomes acutely aware of the fundamental disconnect between his subjective experience of the world and the objective reality that surrounds him. The things he once found familiar and meaningful begin to lose their significance, exposing the underlying absurdity of human existence. Sartre portrays nausea as a disorienting and disturbing sensation that arises when one confronts the inherent emptiness and contingency of life. It emerges from the realization that there is no predetermined meaning or external purpose to our existence. The world, stripped of any inherent significance, appears arbitrary and absurd. Through the depiction of nausea, Sartre underscores the existential dilemma of the individual. The character of Antoine Roquentin, gripped by this overwhelming nausea, becomes alienated from the world, finding himself trapped in a state of existential crisis. The certainty and stability he once sought dissolve into a chaotic and disorienting reality, leaving him questioning the very fabric of his own being. The portrayal of nausea in the novel serves as a critique of human attempts to impose meaning and structure onto a fundamentally absurd universe. It challenges conventional notions of purpose and exposes the fragility of our constructed belief systems. Sartre argues that the search for meaning in a universe devoid of inherent significance is an exercise in futility, ultimately leading to disillusionment and existential anguish. By delving into the depths of nausea, Sartre invites us to confront the unsettling truth of our existence and to grapple with the absurdity that underlies it. The concept serves as a provocation, urging us to question the narratives and illusions we create in our pursuit of meaning. It challenges us to confront the paradoxical nature of our lives, where we simultaneously yearn for significance and confront the inherent meaninglessness of the world. In this way, the concept of nausea acts as a poignant representation of the absurdity of human existence, highlighting the tension between our innate desire for meaning and the stark reality of an indifferent universe. Through the exploration of nausea, Sartre compels us to confront the existential absurdity that lies at the heart of our existence, beckoning us to find our own sense of purpose and authenticity in the face of an inherently chaotic and absurd world. Sartre's notion of the loss of meaning in modern society stems from his observation that traditional sources of meaning, such as religion and societal values, have weakened or crumbled under the weight of modernity. He contends that, as society has become increasingly secular and individualistic, individuals are left to grapple with the absence of fixed, transcendent frameworks that once provided guidance and purpose. In modern society, Sartre argues that the prevailing ideology of consumerism and materialism promotes a shallow and superficial form of existence. The pursuit of material wealth and societal status becomes a primary focus, eclipsing deeper existential questions. As individuals are caught in a cycle of consumption and the accumulation of possessions, they often find themselves devoid of genuine meaning and fulfillment. Moreover, Sartre highlights the impact of social alienation and the breakdown of authentic human connections in modern society. The rise of technology, individualism, and bureaucratic structures leads to an increasing sense of isolation and disconnection from others. In this fragmented social landscape, individuals struggle to find meaningful relationships and meaningful engagement with the world. Furthermore, Sartre identifies the pervasive influence of social roles and expectations as contributing to the loss of meaning. Modern society imposes predefined roles and norms upon individuals, shaping their identities and limiting their freedom. The pressure to conform to societal expectations often leads to a sense of inauthenticity and the loss of personal agency. As a result, individuals may feel disconnected from their true selves and their unique potential for meaning-making. The loss of meaning in modern society can have profound effects on individuals. It can lead to a pervasive sense of existential emptiness, a feeling that life lacks significance or purpose. The absence of clear guidelines or overarching narratives can leave individuals adrift, struggling to find a sense of direction or coherence in their lives. Moreover, the loss of meaning can give rise to existential anxiety and a heightened awareness of mortality. With the dissolution of traditional belief systems, individuals are confronted with the fragility and finitude of their existence. This existential angst can manifest as a profound sense of despair, a questioning of the very value and worth of life itself. However, Sartre's exploration of the loss of meaning is not entirely bleak. He argues that individuals possess the capacity for freedom and self-determination, even in the face of a seemingly meaningless world. Sartre encourages individuals to embrace their freedom, to confront the absurdity of existence, and to actively engage in the search for personal meaning and authenticity. In essence, Sartre's notion of the loss of meaning in modern society underscores the challenges individuals face in navigating a world that no longer provides ready-made answers to existential questions. It highlights the necessity for individuals to embark on a personal journey of self-discovery, to forge their own paths, and to create meaning in a world that is inherently devoid of inherent purpose. Sartre's perspective on the search for authenticity in the face of an absurd existence is rooted in his existential philosophy, emphasizing the individual's freedom and responsibility to create meaning and define their own essence. According to Sartre, human existence is fundamentally characterized by its absurdity. He argues that there is no inherent or predetermined purpose to our lives, and that the universe itself is indifferent to our existence. In the face of this absurdity, Sartre believes that individuals have the capacity to confront it with a sense of authenticity. For Sartre, authenticity entails embracing one's freedom and taking responsibility for one's choices. It involves a rejection of conformity and the adoption of socially imposed roles and expectations. Instead, individuals are encouraged to become the authors of their own lives, actively shaping their values, actions, and identities. In the search for authenticity, Sartre urges individuals to engage in self-reflection and self-awareness. By examining their own desires, passions, and beliefs, individuals can uncover their true motivations and aspirations. Authenticity requires an honest confrontation with one's own values and a commitment to living in accordance with them, even in the face of societal pressures or the absence of external validation. Crucially, Sartre emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and embracing the existential condition of freedom. He argues that authenticity necessitates a recognition of the responsibility that comes with freedom. Every choice and action carries consequences, and individuals must assume full responsibility for the impact of their decisions on themselves and others. Sartre also highlights the significance of personal relationships in the search for authenticity. Genuine connections with others, based on mutual respect and recognition of each other's freedom, can contribute to a more authentic existence. By engaging in authentic relationships, individuals can affirm their own humanity while respecting the autonomy and individuality of others. However, Sartre acknowledges that the search for authenticity is not without its challenges. The existential anxiety and uncertainty inherent in an absurd existence can be daunting. Moreover, the pressures of societal norms and expectations can create barriers to authenticity. Yet Sartre insists that despite these obstacles, individuals must continually strive to be true to themselves and to live in alignment with their own values and aspirations. In essence, Sartre's perspective on the search for authenticity encourages individuals to embrace their freedom, take responsibility for their choices, and create meaning in the face of an absurd existence. By cultivating self-awareness, engaging in honest self-reflection, and forging genuine connections with others, individuals can navigate the complexities of existence and live lives that are authentic and true to their own essence. Jean, Paul Sartre portrays characters who grapple with the absurdity of existence, depicting their struggles to find meaning and authenticity in a world that appears devoid of inherent purpose. Through the experiences of Antoine Roquentin and other characters, Sartre examines the various ways individuals respond to the existential crisis of an absurd existence. Antoine Roquentin, the novel's protagonist, undergoes a profound existential transformation as he confronts the absurdity of existence. Initially, Roquentin is immersed in the mundane and the ordinary, seeking refuge in historical research. However, as he delves deeper into his observations and reflections, he begins to experience nausea, an intense awareness of the meaninglessness and contingency of life. Roquentin's struggle with the absurdity of existence leads him to question the nature of reality and the validity of his own experiences. He becomes disillusioned with the notion of an objective, external reality and recognizes the subjective nature of his own perceptions. This realization challenges his search for meaning and authenticity as he confronts the dissonance between his inner experiences and the external world. In his quest for authenticity, Roquentin strives to find significance and purpose amidst the absurdity. He engages in introspection, trying to define his essence and identify his true desires. However, he encounters obstacles, including the weight of social norms and expectations, which hinder his search for authenticity. Roquentin grapples with the tension between his own individuality and the pressures of conforming to societal roles. Other characters in the novel also struggle with the absurdity of existence in their own ways. The autodidact, for instance, attempts to find meaning through intellectual pursuits and the accumulation of knowledge. Yet, his efforts ultimately lead to disillusionment as he realizes the emptiness of intellectualism in providing profound existential answers. The self-taught man represents another response to the absurdity of existence. He seeks solace in the pursuit of pleasure and hedonistic experiences, hoping to escape the discomfort of the absurd. However, his efforts are ultimately futile, as pleasure alone fails to provide lasting meaning or authenticity. Through these diverse characters, Sartre explores the multifaceted responses to the absurdity of existence and the search for meaning and authenticity. He highlights the limitations and pitfalls of various approaches, such as intellectualism, hedonism, or conformity, in addressing existential dilemmas. Overall, Sartre's portrayal of characters in Nausea underscores the individual's struggle to confront the absurdity of existence and their attempts to find personal meaning and authenticity. Through their experiences, Sartre invites readers to reflect on their own responses to existential questions and to consider the complexities of forging an authentic existence in the face of an inherently absurd world. The themes of freedom and responsibility are central to Jean-Paul Sartre's philosophy and are closely intertwined with his exploration of the absurdity of human existence. Sartre posits that human beings are fundamentally free, endowed with the capacity to choose and shape their own lives. However, this freedom also entails a profound sense of responsibility for the consequences of one's choices. Sartre argues that the absurdity of human existence arises from the clash between our innate desire for meaning and the inherent meaninglessness of the world. In this context, freedom plays a crucial role. It is through our freedom that we confront the absurd, for we are confronted with the task of creating meaning in a universe that lacks inherent purpose. The absurdity of existence, according to Sartre, stems from the tension between our longing for absolute meaning and the contingent nature of our existence. He asserts that there is no predetermined purpose or external authority that can provide a definitive answer to the question of meaning. Instead, each individual is confronted with the task of actively constructing their own meaning and purpose through their choices and actions. This is where the themes of freedom and responsibility become paramount. Sartre argues that human beings are condemned to be free, meaning that we are burdened with the responsibility of determining the course of our lives. We cannot escape the weight of our choices or delegate this responsibility to external forces. It is in the exercise of our freedom that we confront the absurdity of existence and assume responsibility for the meaning we create. However, this freedom and responsibility also come with anxiety and anguish. The absence of external guidelines or inherent meaning leaves individuals in a state of existential uncertainty. The burden of choosing without clear guidance can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of anguish and existential dread. Sartre asserts that individuals must confront this existential anguish and embrace their freedom with authenticity. Authenticity, for Sartre, involves the honest acknowledgement of one's freedom and the commitment to live in accordance with one's true values and aspirations. It entails taking responsibility for one's choices and actively engaging in the ongoing task of creating meaning. The connection between freedom, responsibility, and the absurdity of existence is that the absurdity is the backdrop against which freedom and responsibility come to the forefront. It is through the acknowledgement of the absurd that the weight of our freedom becomes apparent. The responsibility to create meaning arises precisely because the world does not offer it to us readily. In Sartre's philosophy, the struggle to find meaning and authenticity in the face of the absurd is intimately tied to the exercise of our freedom and the acceptance of our responsibility. The recognition of our freedom allows us to confront the absurdity of existence head-on, while assuming responsibility enables us to actively engage in the search for meaning and the construction of our own authentic lives. In summary, Sartre's philosophy highlights the themes of freedom and responsibility as key components in the face of the absurdity of human existence. The freedom to choose and the responsibility to create meaning intertwine in the individual's existential journey as they navigate the tension between the longing for meaning and the inherent meaninglessness of the world. It is through the exercise of our freedom and the acceptance of our responsibility that we confront the absurd and strive to live authentically. Sartre offers a scathing criticism of societal structures and the influence of social norms on individual authenticity in his philosophical works. He argues that societal structures such as cultural norms, expectations, and institutions often impose constraints on individuals that hinder their ability to live authentically and fully embrace their freedom. One of Sartre's main criticisms is that societal structures tend to promote conformity and limit individual freedom. He argues that society often encourages individuals to adopt predefined roles and identities, pressuring them to conform to established norms and expectations. These societal pressures create a sense of inauthenticity, as individuals may feel compelled to suppress their true selves and conform to external standards. Sartre contends that social norms and expectations lead to the alienation of the individual from their authentic self. By adhering to societal standards, individuals may disconnect from their own desires, values, and aspirations, succumbing to a state of self-deception. The individual may adopt a false self, driven by the desire for social approval or fear of judgment, rather than living in accordance with their genuine essence. Moreover, Sartre argues that societal structures can perpetuate a state of bad faith, wherein individuals deceive themselves by accepting the roles and values imposed upon them by society. He posits that individuals often seek refuge in these roles and conform to societal expectations as a means of avoiding the anxiety and responsibility that comes with true freedom. In doing so, they sacrifice their authenticity and live in a state of self-deception, failing to confront the absurdity of existence. Sartre also criticizes the influence of institutional structures on individual authenticity. He contends that institutions, such as religious organizations or political systems, can enforce rigid ideologies and dogmas that limit individual freedom and genuine self-expression. These structures often provide ready-made frameworks of meaning and purpose, discouraging critical thinking and the exploration of alternative perspectives. They can suppress individual creativity, independent thought, and the ability to question the prevailing order. In Sartre's view, the pressure to conform to societal structures and norms obstructs the individual's path to authenticity. It restricts their ability to exercise their freedom and assume responsibility for their choices. Authenticity for Sartre requires a courageous confrontation with the societal expectations and norms that attempt to dictate one's identity and values. However, Sartre also acknowledges the difficulty of breaking free from these societal influences. The pervasive nature of societal structures and norms can create immense pressure and fear of social exclusion. Authenticity demands the courage to challenge these structures and embrace the inherent risks and uncertainties that come with asserting one's freedom. Sartre's criticism of societal structures and social norms revolves around their potential to stifle individual authenticity. He argues that societal pressures to conform and adopt predefined roles can lead to inauthenticity and self-deception. Institutions and societal structures can limit individual freedom and perpetuate a state of bad faith. Sartre calls for individuals to recognize and resist these influences, embracing their freedom and taking responsibility for their own authentic existence. Self-awareness and consciousness play a crucial role in Sartre's philosophy, particularly in the context of the search for authenticity. Sartre emphasizes the significance of self-awareness as a means to understand one's existence, confront the absurdity of life, and forge an authentic path. For Sartre, consciousness is not a passive observer of the world but an active, engaged force. Consciousness is not separate from the world. Rather, it is intimately intertwined with it. Through consciousness, individuals become aware of themselves and the world around them, allowing for the experience of freedom and the recognition of one's own existence. Self-awareness, according to Sartre, involves a critical examination of one's thoughts, feelings, and desires. It requires individuals to reflect upon and question their own motives, values, and beliefs. By delving into the depths of their consciousness, individuals gain insights into their true selves and the essence of their being. Self-awareness is a crucial step in the search for authenticity because it enables individuals to discern between the external influences and societal pressures that may hinder their authentic expression and their genuine desires and aspirations. By becoming aware of the ways in which they have internalized external norms and expectations, individuals can start to dismantle the barriers to authenticity and make conscious choices that align with their true selves. Moreover, self-awareness allows individuals to confront the existential anxieties and uncertainties that arise from the absurdity of existence. By acknowledging the contingencies and limitations of human life, individuals can confront the inherent absurdity and embrace their freedom to create meaning. Self-awareness enables individuals to confront the question of personal authenticity with honesty and courage as they grapple with the responsibility of shaping their own lives. The search for authenticity necessitates a continuous process of self-reflection and self-examination. Sartre emphasizes the importance of ongoing introspection to ensure that one's actions and choices align with their authentic self. It requires individuals to constantly reassess their values, motivations, and aspirations, considering whether they are genuinely reflective of their own essence or influenced by external factors. However, Sartre acknowledges that self-awareness is not without its challenges. The process of self-examination can be unsettling and uncomfortable, as individuals may encounter aspects of themselves that they find difficult to confront. Moreover, the search for authenticity requires individuals to confront the inherent uncertainties and responsibilities that come with freedom. Nonetheless, Sartre argues that self-awareness is essential for living an authentic life. By engaging in the continuous process of self-examination and self-reflection, individuals can strive to align their choices and actions with their true selves. Self-awareness empowers individuals to resist conformity, challenge societal norms, and assert their freedom in the face of the absurd. Self-awareness and consciousness are vital components in Sartre's philosophy, serving as catalysts for the search for authenticity. Through self-awareness, individuals gain insights into their true selves, confront the absurdity of existence, and make conscious choices that align with their authentic desires and values. Self-awareness is an ongoing process that requires courage and introspection, enabling individuals to navigate the complexities of existence and strive for an authentic and meaningful life. Jean-Paul Sartre explores the absurdity of human existence and its implications for the search for meaning and authenticity. Through the character of Antoine Roquentin and others, Sartre critiques societal structures, the loss of meaning in modern society, and the struggle to find authenticity. In the face of the absurd, Sartre criticizes modern society for promoting conformity and stifling individual freedom. He highlights how societal norms and expectations can alienate individuals from their authentic selves, leading to a state of inauthenticity and self-deception. Sartre argues that the search for authenticity requires individuals to confront these external influences and embrace their freedom with honesty and courage. The concept of nausea symbolizes the intense awareness of the absurdity of existence. It represents the profound discomfort and existential dread that arises from the clash between our desire for meaning and the inherent meaninglessness of the world. Sartre portrays characters who grapple with nausea as they struggle to find purpose and meaning amidst the absurdity. Sartre also emphasizes the themes of freedom and responsibility. He asserts that individuals are fundamentally free, but this freedom comes with a responsibility to shape their own lives and create meaning. The recognition of one's freedom and the acceptance of responsibility are essential for living authentically. In Nausea, Sartre depicts characters who attempt to find meaning and authenticity through various avenues, such as intellectual pursuits, hedonism, or conforming to societal expectations. However, these attempts often prove futile, as they fail to address the fundamental absurdity of existence. Sartre challenges readers to reflect on their own responses to existential questions and consider the complexities of forging an authentic existence in an inherently absurd world. Sartre's portrayal of the absurdity of human existence in Nausea holds significant philosophical and existential implications. It prompts us to confront the tension between our longing for meaning and the inherent meaninglessness of the world. It compels us to examine the societal structures and norms that can hinder our authenticity and limit our freedom. Ultimately, Sartre's exploration of the absurdity of human existence invites us to grapple with the profound questions of existence and to seek authenticity and meaning in our own lives. In conclusion, Nausea serves as a powerful critique of modern society and an exploration of the absurdity of human existence. Sartre's portrayal challenges readers to confront the limitations of societal structures, the loss of meaning, and the struggle for authenticity. It urges us to embrace our freedom, assume responsibility for our choices, and engage in the ongoing search for meaning and authenticity in the face of the absurd.